You better edit those Anglo-Saxon words out, because we don't want those bits in. Hopefully they might be filling in some potholes for a change, which would be good, because this road is really bad. Just Tom, just turn. Look at the size of this one here, where they've just stuck a cone in it. So Simon's just about to pick this trailer up, and looking at the way he's fumbling, I suspect he can't work out how to get the hitch down. Am I about right? That's right. 28th of April, it's 9 degrees, it's 10 to 10 cowboy time, it's cold, and I just had to put my coat on. Of course I've left the coat in the car, so that's cold. Anyway, we're just off to see what Glyn's getting on with. He's on the digger, moving stone, setting out the shed base for a new shed we're going to build. So we've had a bit of rain. There's rain on the windscreen, but it's hopeless. I mean, it's not even 0.1 of a mil here. Bedford's currently had 0.4 mil. Links, where the sprayers are currently running, it spat a bit this morning, but dry leaf there running, spraying. So that sort of materialised into nothing. And unfortunately, the so-called rain event that we thought we were going to have has sort of materialised into non-event. Anyway, so we'll get down here to Moor Barnes, and hopefully they might be filling in some potholes for a change, which would be good, because this road is really bad. Just Tom, just turn. Look at the size of this one here, where they've just stuck a cone in it. I mean, whoa! I mean, poor Simon. He's in the last night. He got his car in the workshop, and he snapped a spring on his Mercedes car. So they're really bad. Really bad, these potholes on these roads. I don't know. I bet they're doing something to do with the water, those guys. Anyway, let's get into this farm. So one of the lorries is here, just been up to get some stone for us up at Lincolnshire, Ropsley. We go up there and get this limestone, because this is really good quality. There's different types of limestone. The Cambridgeshire limestone locally is very soft, and you get a rain on it and it breaks down and turns into like cat poo. They're in here currently. Hello.
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Good. George is inside sweeping the trailer out. Part of the task, when we move something like stone, you have to sweep it out and tick the box to say you've done it. So he's in there just sweeping it out. And he got like a little ladder, and then got the safety bar to hold the back door open. And the little ladder lives under the chassis. That's how it works. So what we're doing here is bringing this stone in. So this is really nice. Effectively, what they refer to as 2-inch down limestone. It's really good quality. Doesn't break. So we're building a base. Glyn's up here. He's on this digger, and getting this laid out. There's quite a drop off in height. From there down to the brook, so he's having to use quite a lot of stone and build it up. So it's actually quite high in proportion to the ground when you look at the ground how it goes, but we want it to be the same sort of height as the yard here. So when we concrete it, it'll be a couple of inches above, so the water doesn't run into the door of the shed if we end up concreting that yard. That's our sort of a plan. So he's getting this right, getting the heights right. We've done this, you can see the pegs in the corners. You can see where they've set. Chris came down and set the heights for he has to work to, so Glyn's working on this, compacting this as he goes along, and then we'll get the roller down here, which should be running at the other end of the yard now. Freddie should be on that, getting that done. So yeah, making progress. A lot of stone here. I think we've already put in over 20 loads, and we're about halfway, so it's going to be 40 loads in here. Okay, is this to the right line? And then we just got to bank the soil?
Top of that part, well, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know whether you want me to pack that, dig some out at the bottom and pack the bank a bit, because it's right on. You said you wanted your shed in line virtually 20 metres was to the top of that dirt.
Well, it's 18 metres shed, and then it's allowing 2 metres just around the outside for the scary lift to go around, so it won't matter if you slightly come in a bit there.
Well, I could probably just about get away with going on the line I'm on.
Yeah. Okay.
But
it's quite. It's almost like summer, isn't it? When you look at the stone, it's got that nice bright look.
It's very bright when the sun's out.
Yeah.
It's not out today.
But it's so cold today. I don't know how you are, but I'm shaking with cold.
I've got it set at 20 degrees.
Oh, it's nice in there, is it? Okay, I'm freezing.
It's not very nice when it rains because the windscreen wiper don't work on that digger.
Really? All right. Well, I don't think you've ever turned the lights on yet.
I was down here till 8:45 last night.
Really?
Yeah.
France? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to go away for George, didn't I? So I came back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I reckon we're going to want another 10 loads in here.
I can see. Yeah, I can see.
But you see the trouble I'm having because of they would never have backed over this. You said about starting that in.
Yeah.
So for every run I do, I'm having to get up on top, move stone around, get it.
I'm surprised how deep it is. It's a hell of a drop, isn't it? It doesn't look it at the beginning.
It does get shallower that way.
Yeah.
But not much.
All right, keep going. The lorries will keep coming. You can see the rain just was nothing. Hopeless. Look at the size of the cracks now, really breaking up. Anyway, I just wanted to have a look at the barley. So this is already, look at that. Wow. Where are we? April. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope this isn't a sign of what the early harvest, losing the yield, combining in middle of June. Crumbs. Yeah, that's changing. It's all starting to come out now. So this is the barley's now sort of starting to move on a bit, considering it's had next to no rain, well, no rain for 7 weeks. It's extraordinary. But you can see the crossing where the drill's gone in the headland to the land work. But this is, if you can pan across, Tom, this is really starting to it's really starting to get hold. This is the oats where we sprayed it twice, pre-drilling and then post-drilling with the Roundup, because I was nervous about the quantity of thatch and what the effect was going to be in terms of black grass, etc. And you can see, just looking across, these are where they dug up for the trial pitch. You can see the line going across all through the fields. So what we've got now is we've got these deep ruts here. We've got all this wet area. I've just worked out what's happened. They've dug these trial pits here, 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 and there. And I think what they've done is they've broken the drains. So all the water of the headlands goes obviously down there to the brook at the bottom. So when they've dug these trenches up, they've obviously gone through the drains, which now the water on this side is all sitting here because it can't get into the drains, and is now forming a dish bowl of wet. Because this is, you can see the mess that the drill's made trying to get through it, and this is not a historical problem here, and it's all perfectly comes right. Just it gets bad. Sorry, where they've started, and vice versa. So they've gone through the drains. This is part of the problem we have when they come and do archaeological trenching. They go through the drains. Digger driver doesn't notify anybody, puts a bit of soil straight over the top, fills it in. This is the time of year when you really appreciate the hedges. They're flowering up now, and we coppiced this down 8 years ago down to the ground, and then we replanted and let them come back, and so that's eight years worth of growth effectively from coppicing. That's really turning out to be a nice hedge. And then these ones, we cut these annually, and I'm a great believer in this little and often effect. And if you look at the one on the left, Tom, you can see the flower is starting to build up now in the hedges. That will produce the berries, but the predators can't get in on these hedges because they're big and bold. Yeah, it's a real pretty time of the year actually when you start to get a bit of sun and everything starts to grow. So we'll come and tidy up the verges. So the council's been through But yes, as you can see, we've got to come back and tidy it up. It's sort of half a job's happened to it, so it looks a mess. It looks worse than leaving it when it's like this. Look at the potholes again. And once they put the paint round them, they say that there's no longer a liability if you damage your car on them because they've put paint round them. Well, I can't quite see how that works because, of course, there's still a hazard in the road. So Simon's just about to pick this trailer up, and looking at the way he's fumbling, I suspect he can't work out how to get the hitch down. Am I about right? That's right. He usually gets some of the young fellas to do it. So anyway, they're all out working, so he's going to pick this trailer up to do a tilly on it. But interestingly, what we're just looking at is that looking at the hitch, there's very little worn. Can you get this side of it, Tom, underneath? Looking at it, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but on the underside, it's slightly chamfered where it's sort of worn. So what we're going to do is actually going to go. The boys are up spraying at the moment up in Lincolnshire, so they're going to pick one of these up directly out of the factory at Barley's, and then we'll cut that off and weld a brand new one on, because oddly, in measuring it, from what we understand from Tilly trailer, it's 1 millimetre off being effectively too worn. But it almost, from our perspective, looking at it, it looks as if there's hardly any wear on it at all. Anyway, judging by the fact that it's going to have all that weight on it, 20 tonne or whatever it's going to have on it, moving diggers and things around, we've decided that we'll cut it off and put a new one on, and then can't be an issue in the fact that it is slightly worn or not worn. But makes you realise that if that is within the millimetres of failure, then actually I suspect a lot of people's hitches are in worse condition, because typically you start to see them elongate, and that's at the point that you think, crumbs, I better change it. But I remember when I worked, when I was at Lackham, the first college I went to, we used to go and do the silaging, and it was part of the National Diploma in Fire Mechanisation course that they used to get to do the silaging. Anyway, one of the boys had a trailer tipped up on like a 100 horsepower Ford, and it came off between this point and the hitch, and because of the nature of silage, the way it comes out the trailer doesn't come out like grain, it comes out like this enormous lump. It came out of the hook because all the weight at that point was at the back of the trailer, and it got itself out and it went up into the top of the cab, and when it shot forward, it shot the trailer like a catapult forward, and it just missed the back of the guy's head in the tractor. And that's why I'm over nervous about hitches, because I've seen effectively that guy could have been killed. But I mean, proportionately, his head would have been down here, and not like you're sitting up there in this size tractor. But it was the inertia of it hooked itself out and then shot forward. So anyway, we're going to cut that off. But we've made the decision, haven't we, rightly or wrongly? We're going to get Andy the welder in, who's a coded welder, to put it on, because Simon's not feeling brave enough to take the punishment, are you?
I'm not feeling brave enough to take the responsibility.
Responsibility, yeah.
Cutting loose.
Yeah. So we don't want this drifting off down the A1.
No, a 10-ton digger on it.
Yeah. So so that's what Simon's going to do. The rest of the tilly work, we'll get that cut off, won't we, and get Andy on the phone and see if he can come in and weld it. Anyway, but we've got to start rubbing this one down now, haven't we? And can hear that's all loose under there, and repaint this. Raymond's done a great job on that Bowser, hasn't he?
Looks good, yeah.
Yeah, done a great job. So Freddie's had a couple of days on the roller now. Keith's coming out here, starting to really pack down now. It's getting better. Perhaps another day and we'll be about there, but it's making a difference. It's dropping, and then he'll go down and do what Glyn's doing as well. But the compaction element makes such a difference. It's a slow job, but it's quite a nice job, especially as it's so cold. At the moment, I'm surprised how cold it is out here. 9 degrees and the wind's in, but the rain came to nothing, unfortunately, at Dry Drayton. So a couple of spits blown off, gone, materialised in nothing. It's a real shame. It's amazing how the barley's changing though. The barley's now up in here and can't believe it. I don't know if that's normal time. It seems early in my mind, but perhaps not. But yeah, it's really advancing. I do wish we'd have about 40 mil of rain or something. We really need something to get us going. I think we need one good rain to take us through to harvest now. The boys on the sprayers in Lincolnshire, they just got stopped. It's got windy now. It's got up to 26 miles an hour up there. So they've stopped. They're coming back, and then they said they'll go back up tonight and try and get that one job finished, and then that's all the spray wrecks done again. And I suspect they'll have a nice long weekend and see what Agri ask us to do next week. So they're pretty motivated because they're cracking on, and then they get the nice weekends and time at home with the family. So Chris and Dave are getting the fencing now around the outside so we can then grade the soil and start grass seeding that. Some of the other soil we actually turfed this last year is actually starting to go off colour now, just due to lack of moisture, which is unfortunate, and little bits collapse, so we're going to have to make good some of that. But they get that fence in so that when that's safe, Pete can then mow round that. Until that time, it's just not safe at the minute. Someone could come straight off the edge, take that round and redo the bottom part of the panels there. And I think we've got probably another day or two of rolling on the compound for Freddie. Just talking to Chris, he thinks it needs more than one day, so hopefully they can get that done. And then the chap behind there has just been to do Vulcan services. They've been here, they do all the check all the air compressors, they check the lift ramps, that sort of thing, the jacks, anything that is sort of almost workshop based, so that it makes sure it's safe. In sense that the compressors are, can take the pressure, the pressure relief valves work, etc. Not going to have an explosion on those. So it's an annual check. They also do the buckets and the lifting equipment, the cages that go on the front of the forklift, etc. It's all part of the NFU insurance that they get them out, and they come and spend. Once he spent a good half a day here doing it. So prefer him to do everything in one go than come in dribs and drabs. Oh, he's managed to get the hitch on. That's a good sign. Fingers crossed there's a little bit more rain forecast this weekend if we're lucky, but we'll see. That what has materialised is nothing, so fingers crossed. We really do need a good drink. But anyway, it's windy, so it's surprisingly cold actually. It's amazing how the weather's changed. The mustard isn't doing very well. That's still at cotyledon stage. That's looking a bit sad for itself, whether that will materialise to anything or not. Time will tell, and we're cracking on now. We've got painting weather, so soon next week I think we'll have to do some painting the gates and things, start tidying them up, making them look smart. And the guys are busy Roundup spraying around the yards, clearing the weeds, trimming, that sort of thing, getting tidied up on various yards and things, getting them in good order. Done the track levelling and got that bought, so pleased about that. And we'll hopefully some of the guys will get some holidays in over the next week or two. So look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. No, he's shaking his head. What day is it today? This will be Wednesday. Oh yeah, sorry. Look forward to seeing you next Sunday. All the best. Bye.